roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Skies of blue and clouds of white, a bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow look so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? What they're really saying is I love you. I hear babies cry, we watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. That was Bruce Burgess on the banjo, and my name is Peter Holland, and I'm the director of a theater group called Once Upon a Blue Ridge. And to my left is my assistant director, Miss Maya Burgess, who's been my student for 10 years, and she's had a great time working with all of the young people here in Yadkin. And I guess, Maya, it's time to bring the troops in and start our show. Now, if they have half as much energy on stage as they do backstage, you're in for quite a treat. So I really want to thank the Yadkin Arts Council for bringing me in. Particularly, I want to thank Miss Lindsay Craven, who has arranged everything, and she'll be working lights tonight. Give her a round of applause. Mr. Tim Harrison is on sound back there. Give him a round of applause. And you folks are so lucky to have this beautiful facility for your young people to work in. Now, the Living Storybook is a concept that I developed many, many years ago when I was about his age. I had this idea for this giant storybook that lived in our imagination, and that anybody could be part of, the storybook and tell stories. So that's what we've done this week in camp. We've told a lot of stories, acted things out, and we've tried to give these young people a taste in the 20 hours that we've all been together of what it means to be a performer. And are you guys ready to give them a good show?
Yeah!
All right, to start our show, we need those 4 magic words that all great stories begin with. What are those words? What are they? All right, I'll count to 3. We'll all say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Once upon a time.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Did
Yes, we can tell you folks are going to be a great audience. Everybody is so excited. You know, one of the first stories that young people read and learn to read and love to act out is The Three Little Pigs. Well, we have our own version of The Three Little Pigs, and here it is right now. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs, and they loved each other very much. Yes. And they had a dream. They had a dream that one day they would go out to Hollywood and get on one of those shows like America's Got No Talent. And they would sing their favorite song. So every day they would practice their favorite song. And here it is.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer leader. That is what I'd really like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer leader, everyone would be in love with me.
Yeah, well, the day came when these three little pigs, they grew up. And they were very sad. And they had to say goodbye to each other and go out into the world and make their own homes. Well, the first little pig, she went to the building supply store. And she got herself all kind of material to build what kind of house?
Straw.
A straw house. That's right. It was a cute little straw house. Had a nice little door with a, like a little doorknob on it. And the little pig, she was in her kitchen and she was making cookies. When who should come down the road but the big bad wolf? Yeah. And the big bad wolf, he was singing this song. He was singing.
Hey there, little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything that a big bad wolf would want.
I think a ham is born, even though he's a wolf. So that big bad wolf, he went up to that straw house and he knocked on the door. And the first little pig came to the door and said,
Who is it?
and the wolf said,
Pizza man, want to get some pizza?
Huh?
You're not a pizza man. You're a big bad wolf.
and the wolf said,
Little pig, let me in.
and the pig said,
Not find a hair in my chin.
and the wolf said,
It'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
so the wolf huffed and puffed. And he blew that straw house down and chased that little pig. But thank goodness she was slippery, she got away. And he said, yeah. She went to her brother's house, and her brother had gotten some sticks, and he built one of these really nice little A-frame frames that you see in the mountains, Bruce. Really nice A-frame. And they were inside the A-frame, and they were making s'mores and having a wonderful time. And who should come down the road but the big bad wolf? He was really hungry now. Went up to that stick house and he knocked on the door. And the second little pig, he came to the door and said,
Who is it?
and the wolf said,
Satellite TV. One buy some satellite TV.
and the wolf said,
Satellite TV. Bring the big bad wolf. Little pig, let me in. Not gonna hurt my chin. It'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
so the wolf huffed and puffed. And he blew that stick house down and chased those two pigs. But thank goodness they were slippery and they got away. And he said, yeah. They made their way to their sister's house, the smart pig, and she had built her house out of what, ladies and gentlemen? Brick. Out of brick. You know, I think a brick salesman wrote this story. Makes sense, doesn't it? So, yeah, it was a huge house, one of those neo-colonial things you see sometimes, and it had a big chimney, and it had a rec room, and a fireplace, and anyway, the three little pigs were having a great time in the rec room when who should come down the road but the big bad wolf. He went up to that brick house and he knocked on the door. The third little pig came to the door and said,
Who is it? Health insurance. Want to buy some health insurance? For health insurance, you're the big bad wolf. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair in my chin. Then I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
so the wolf huffed and puffed. And he huffed and puffed some more. And he got really mad and huffed and puffed again. And then he started coughing because he was dumb enough to use tobacco products. And then he got the big idea to go around the back of the house, climb up on top of the roof and come down the chimney, but the three little pigs had a fire going in the chimney, and when he came down the chimney, he burned his tail and he ran screaming out into the yard. And he promised never to eat pig again.
Never to eat pig again.
Well, eventually the three little pigs and the big bad wolf became good friends. They all went out to Hollywood together. They even took their brick house, and on America's Got No Talent, they sang their favorite song. Everybody, here we go.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer brick house. That is what I'd really like to be. Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer brick house, everyone would be in love with me.
We featured some of our youngest campers in that story. Now we're going to feature a few older ones. And move on to another story that may be a little more complicated. We'll see. And this is the story of the three billy goats Gruff, one of my favorites, and has a really good anti-bullying message in it. So once upon a time, there were three billy goats, and the name of all three was... Three silly billy goats Gruff, three silly billy goats Gruff. We bounce and bounce and start stuff. We eat and never get enough. If Gruff were a name, it would be a crime shame, but we'd still be three silly billy goats. Three silly billy goats Gruff, yee-haw. Three silly billy goats Gruff, yip yip. Three silly billy goats Gruff.
My name's Gruff. What's yours? Mine's Gruff, too. Mine also. We must all be brothers and sisters. I got an idea. Let's go over to that queue and make ourselves fat. I won't say nay. You'd be in the
But to get to that yummy hillside all covered in green grass, they had to cross over a bridge. And underneath the bridge there lived a mean old troll. A mean old troll. He hasn't any manners, but he's got lots of soul. He's a mean old troll. A mean old troll. He hasn't any manners, but he's got lots of soul.
So much soul. I've got his nose as long as a pointer, and I can smell something good from a mile away.
Well, the troll hid behind his bridge, and the first little billy goat went to cross it, and the gate went, and the bridge went.
Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap.
Now jump the troll!
Who's that trip trapping across my beautiful bridge?
Why, thank you.
Don't mention it.
It's the first Billy Goat Gruff. And I will go to your hill and make myself fat.
No, you're not. I'm gonna eat you up. Hides, horns, hooves, and all.
Don't eat me. Eat my second brother. She's way more fat than me.
Did you say she's juicier? Be on your way. I'm so hungry.
And in a little while, the second billy goat came to the bridge and opened the gate.
Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip.
Now jump the troll!
Who's that trip trapping across my beautiful bridge?
Why, thank you.
Don't mention it.
It's me, the second Billy Goat. And I'm going over to that hillside with my sister to make myself fatter.
No, you're not. I'm gonna eat you up. Hides, hooves, horns, and all.
You don't want to do that. My third sister is coming, and she's way more fatter than me.
See her?
Yes.
Be on your way. I'm so hungry. My arm. That's gross.
And in a little while, the third billy goat came to the bridge.
Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap.
Who's that drive me across my beautiful bridge.
Why, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Well, I was just going over there to that hillside to make myself fat.
Oh, no, you're not. I'm done waiting. No more brothers and sisters.
And the troll charged at the billy goat but bounced off her stomach. And then the little billy goats grabbed the troll, took him to the bridge.
No! Please don't throw me over my beautiful bridge!
Why, thank you.
Shut it!
You promise never to bother anybody ever again. Yeah!
I promise!
Then
So they were very nice, and they got the trolls some job training at a local community college. And one day, while the three billy goats were at their favorite country club lounging, they noticed that it was the troll that was waiting on them.
More green grass?
thank you, and have some for yourself.
In fact, the troll reformed so much that sometimes he would go to the local church and he would preach a sermon, and it would go something like this.
No! I've learned something from this experience. The grass is always greener on the other side of that hill. You just gotta cross that bridge when you get a little bit. One goat in the hand is always like one or two goats in the bush. But I've learned that if you can't eat them, join them.
Four silly billy goats growl. Four silly billy goats growl. We bounce and bounce and spread our stuff. We eat and never get enough. If gruff were made, we would be in round shape, but we'd still be four silly billy goats strong. Four silly billy goats rock, hee-haw. Four silly billy goats rock, yip, yip. Four silly billy goats rock.
Yeah, now if you don't like cornball humor, you're in the wrong place, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to move from these traditional fairy tales. We're going to move to the Appalachian Mountains. We're going to do a jack tale for you. The jack tales were brought to this country by European settlers, and they transformed Jack and the Giant Killer to Jack who grew up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And these are wonderful stories, and I love doing these stories. Here it is. This one's called Jack and the Bean Tree. Now, Jack was a puny youngin' back in those old days. Nobody knows where exactly old Jack growed up, but they all agree that he maybe grew up on a poor mountain farm with just him and his mom. Now, Jack was a little boy, and he was bouncing a ball in the house one day when his mama was trying to clean.
Mama, come play with me.
Jack, honey, you know Mom can't play with you. She's outrageous in the chores food.
So he had a little fit.
Wah!
He had another little fit.
Wah!
Then he had a great big old fit.
Wah!
Hush up now, Jack. You know Mama can't play with you. She's outrageous in the chores food. Look at this filthy house.
And then his mama saw a little bean seed on the floor, and she picked it up and said,
Here, Jack, look at this seed. It's small and unimportant, but if you plant it and nurture it, it will grow into something else.
but Jack went outside, he dug himself a great big old hole. He put that little bean seed in it. Here, don't forget to water it.
Thank you, Daddy.
And then he went inside, and he didn't think any more about it. But during the night, a strange thing happened. That little bean seed began to grow. Grew up through the ground. Grew up in the sky. It grew up so tall you could even see the top of it. Well, the next morning, Jack woke up, and he went outside to check on his bean tree, and boy, was he surprised. He called for his mama.
Mama! Mama, come look!
My goodness, boy, you grew that.
I'm very proud of you for growing.
But go up there and pick me some beans, boy. I'll only pick the good ones.
So Jack climbed up and up and up. He climbed all day till it was way late in the evening time. Then finally, about midnight, he reached the top of that bean tree. Well, he said goodbye to his bean tree.
Bye.
And eventually he found this great big old highway up in the sky. He walked along it a piece until he came to this great big old castle. Went up to the gate of that castle and he knocked on it. Who should answer the door but a giant woman, 50 foot tall.
Who's there?
My name's Jack. I just climbed that bean tree to see what was up here.
Well, you better sit down real quick, like, 'cause my husband is a big old two-headed giant. As soon as he sees the likes of you, he's gonna gobble you right up.
And then they heard that giant coming down the road. And the giant was singing this song. They say two heads are better than one, but we just can't get anything done. He says left and I say right. All we do is fuss and fight. Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo. We smell the blood of an Englishman. Catch him if he runs, catch him if he runs. Gotta have some, gotta have some. Get up, tum-tum. They say two heads are better than one, but we just never have no fun. He says stop and I say go. We can't stand it anymore. Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo. We smell the blood of an Englishman. Catch him if he runs, catch him if he runs. Gotta have some, gotta have some. Get up, tum-tum!
Yeah. Woman, I smell an Englishman.
You said earlier this morning that your nose is so stuck that you can't smell nothing.
Shut up. You don't smell no English, Mom. You just plumb crazy. Now lie down and go to sleep.
And then she covered them with a blanket, trimmed with bells.
Jack, you better go back down that bean tree, okay? Don't come back. Don't come back. Need a divorce.
Well, Jack was going to be a good boy, but he wanted that quilt for his mama. So he snuck inside and he grabbed that quilt, and when he did, the bells tinkled, and those giants woke up and they started chasing him. They chased him to his bean tree. Well, Jack went down that bean tree so fast he would have thought he was a fallen. He finally got down the ground, put that quilt to one side, picked up his hand axe, and gave that bean tree 2 or 3 licks, and it fell down, down, down. Then he called for his mom.
Mama, look what I did! My goodness! I can't believe it! And I wouldn't if we were inviting two-head giant right here before my very own eyes. But where are my beans, boy? I didn't find any, but I did get you this. You didn't find any beans, boy! It's a bean tree! Hear the bells, don't they tinkle sweet?
Well, when his mama heard that, she gave him a great big old hug. And the last time I was over yonder, Jack was getting to be a right big boy, and he was a-doing well. Now that's a folk tale. It's about ordinary people just like us. Now we're going to move to the lowlands area of the South, and we're going to tell a Brer Rabbit story. The Brer Rabbit stories were brought by African Americans over to this country, and during the dark days of slavery, they would tell each other these stories to inspire each other, to let them know that one day they could be free just like old Brer Rabbit. Now, Brer Rabbit, he was always playing tricks on all the creatures, see? Particularly Brer Fox, Brer Wolf, and Brer Bear. And the reason they wanted to catch Brer Rabbit was because they wanted to have some rabbit barbecue. So we're going to sing just a little song about some rabbit barbecue. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Rabbit barbecue better than way to make a big sticky doll, a contraption that he called a tar baby to catch Brer Rabbit with. Well, he was putting the last coat of tar on that tar baby, and who should come down the road but Brer Wolf and Brer Bear. They went to that tar baby and they smelled it. And then Brer Bear said,
What's your name, Red Fox? Can we eat it? Of course we can. Let's not taste the tar. It doesn't there any fool can say it ain't eatable. If it's not eatable, then what is it? It's a tar baby, and what a wonderful tar baby it is.
just then they heard Brer Rabbit coming down the road, so they hid in the bushes.
Good morning, what a delightful morning indeed.
But the tar baby ain't saying nothing. Brer Fox, Brer Wolf, and Brer Bear, they lay low.
Why don't you answer me? Is you deaf? Because if you's deaf, I can holler louder.
But the tar baby ain't saying nothing. Brer Fox, Brer Wolf, and Brer Bear, they lay low.
You stuck up, that's what you is. If you don't take off that hat right now and tell me how to get, I'm going to bop you over the head.
So Brer Rabbit got real mad, gave that tar baby a bop, got her paw stuck. Then she said,
Let go of me or I'll kick you again. Release me or I'll kick you. Let me go or I'll butt you.
then out came the animals.
Hey, the rabbit looks so stuck up this morning.
And then they pulled Brer Rabbit loose from the tar baby, and she said,
I don't care what you do to me. Just don't throw me in that there briar patch.
I know. Hey, where's the rabbit? I left it in that tree.
I don't care what you do to me. Just don't throw me in that there briar patch.
I know what we'll do. We'll skin her sturdy hide. Skin her sturdy hide. Skin her sturdy hide.
I don't care what you do to me. Just don't throw me in that there briar patch.
Well, you know what? Well, dump your little head. Dump your little head.
I don't care what you do to me. Just don't throw me in that there briar patch.
Just one more thing. There's no creek. This ain't gonna be no fun unless she's afraid of being killed.
I don't care what you do to me. Just don't throw me in that there briar patch.
We'll throw her in the briar patch. 1, 2, 3.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
We scared Brer Rabbit to death. We scared Brer Rabbit to death.
and then they heard a voice.
Red Fox.
Who did?
Red Wolf.
Who did?
Red Bear.
Who did?
It is me, the ghost of Brer Rabbit.
Go! Go away!
One more thing.
What?
Brer Rabbit didn't die in the briar patch.
What?
Because I was born and bred in the briar patch. That's why.
Rabbit, you can live it. There ain't nothing to live in. This is scrumptious, and I'm worried scrumptious. Play the game, Good job, good job. And your bow, of course, here we go. Well done, well done. Yeah, I just kept quiet and said, now how much of this do they really know? Yeah, they did good, they did good. All right, we're going to feature some of our older students, some of our teens in this story. And this is a modern fairy tale written by the great American humorist, Mr. James Thurber. And it's called The Unicorn in the Garden. And it takes place in a small New York City apartment. One day, a man woke up in his small New York City apartment, and his wife was still in bed, so he went to his little breakfast nook to have a hot cup of tea, and he looked out into his little patio garden, and he was amazed to see a unicorn eating roses. Well, he ran back inside, and he woke his wife up.
Snuggums, wake up! There's a unicorn in the garden.
She opened one unfriendly eye and looked at him.
The unicorn is a mythical beast.
There's a mythical beast in the garden. There's a horn in the middle of his forehead.
So he went back down, he looked at the unicorn, and he watched her eat a lily. He was so excited he had to run back and tell his wife all about it.
Honeysuckle! It ain't a lily!
You need a booby. I'm gonna put you in a booby hatch.
Now the man who had never liked the words booby and booby hatch said to himself,
We'll see about that.
so he went back into his garden, but the unicorn had gone away. So he laid down among the flowers and he fell asleep. Well, as soon as the man had left, the wife got dressed and she got on the phone and she telephoned the psychiatrist.
Hello? I think my husband's crazy. He's talking about a unicorn. I can't deal with crazy.
And what?
He's talking about unicorns.
You mean the animal with the horn?
Yeah?
The one that doesn't exist?
Yes, I want him committed.
Not the booby hatchery.
Whatever you have to do.
Girl, I'm a hungry papa.
Okay.
So the psychiatrist got a policeman and they came to the lady's house and they sat down on the sofa and they looked at her intently.
He said he saw a unicorn.
The psychiatrist looked at the policeman and the policeman looked at the psychiatrist.
He said it had a horn in the middle of his forehead.
The psychiatrist looked at the policeman and the policeman looked at the psychiatrist.
He said it ate a lily. A lily.
The policeman looked at the psychiatrist and the psychiatrist looked at the policeman. Well, about that time, the man had woken up. He went back inside, saw everybody there. The policeman went up to the man and said,
Did you tell your wife you saw the unicorn?
No, the unicorn is a mythical beast.
Yeah, you told me.
No,
You didn't tell her ate a lily?
it ain't no lily in the garden.
You said it's a horn in the middle of his forehead. We understand. Sorry about looking at her. And get up. No! No!
so they took her away, screaming and kicking, and locked her in a mental institution. The moral of the story?
Don't count your boobies before they hatch.
Don't count your boobies before they're hatched. Don't kiss before they're catched. Don't count your paycheck before it's cashed. No, don't count your boobies before they're hatched. My goodness, the time has just flown. We're down to our last story here. And we're going to do, this is our big production number, okay? And basically, we're going to a very special place where kids stay kids forever. It's a place called Neverland, and it's like the second star on the left. And we're going to do like the last scene from Peter Pan, where the evil Captain Hook has captured all of the lost kids. And he's going to make them walk the plank unless they become pirates. And to become pirates, they have to sing the pirate song. And it goes like this. Sing yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. A pirate's flying for me. Sing yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. A pirate's always free.
He's a dangerous fellow, and his blood is quite yellow. He's a rascal, a dandy He's a terrible tyrant, prince of all pirates. Shake hands with Captain Hook.
Lowest of the low, vilest of the vile, he'll throw you down below, or claw you with a smile.
siren. Prince of all pirates, shake hands with Captain Hook.
Please shake hands with Captain.
I'm Captain Hook. Please shake my hand. I'm Captain Hook. Please shake my hand. I'm Captain Hook. Please shake my hand.
Please shake hands with Captain Hook.
Are they all to die?
Of course. Silence for a mother's last words to her children.
I hope you all die like gentlemen.
It's gone. Get off me! Get off of me! Methinks these children are far too happy to die. My whip is in my cabin. Go and get it. Go and see what that is.
I really don't want
You'll
to.
go or you'll feel my hook. Get off of me. No, I know what it is. It's her. There's never been good luck on board a ship when there was a woman aboard. Walk with her. No one can save you now, Missy. There